Visual storytelling is a universal language. Using pictures can be a powerful tool if used properly. That's the message at a recent evening Tide Talk at the Florida Aquarium. It's a complimentary lecture series that features world explorers like Kike Calvo. He's a well-known award-winning photographer and journalist. He's photographed animals and people all over the world. He's hoping by sharing his journey that he can shine a light on global issues, empowering all of us to make the world a better place.
It's not an easy career. It's not something that is easy to achieve. But after been traveling around the world, I just realized that I've been lucky to see in the forefront, the first row, things that they were very unique in terms of history, nature experiences, swimming with baby whales, seeing polar bears, touch belugas in the Arctic. I've been exposed to a world that is not common for the regular citizen, and that's why I like sharing my story, because I think there's power in personal stories, and the world is a little unbalanced. I think it's important that we find that balance for all of us. Visual storytelling is, in my opinion, is a universal language that triggers curiosity and is able to share stories that we're not very familiar with. So in a way, we're bringing humanity together through stories and situations and geographical locations that otherwise we might never see. So I think it's a very powerful tool if it's used properly. I've been lucky enough to work in more than 100 countries. I think it's 115 by now. For clients like the New York Times, I have shot for the 36-hour section all over Latin America, spent more than 13 years working with National Geographic as a photo expert in different corners of the planet. So my work started with underwater photography and documenting whales and dolphins and sharks. And then I had a long period of time that I was training myself as a journalist in New York City. So that's where I photographed the collapse of the World Trade Center and some other unique historical moments that happened back there. And more recently, my interest is where humans interact with the environment. That place where we live together, that's a passion of mine. And many of my stories now, they're connected with ethnographic and anthropological stories. I'm fascinated by traditions that are being lost, the way things were done in the past, and I think that diversity makes the world quite unique, and sadly it's being lost. Many languages are being lost, many things are being globalized, and I think there's beauty in different ways of doing the same thing. The biggest lesson that I have learned has come from nature, and it's to be humble. I think there's a balance in nature and there's a balance in the universe, and humans were only a small piece in the whole equation, and somehow the world seems to be a little unbalanced lately. So I have learned that as humans we need to be persistent and constant, but at the same time we need to be humble and understand that it's not all about us, that there's other species and there's other living things along with us on the surface of the planet. And the other thing that I've learned about myself is the fact that, I was inducted as a fellow at the Explorers Club in New York, and everybody's thinking of explorations in terms of heading into faraway places and explore remote lands. But I think exploration is more from within. Yes, we do go to extreme places sometimes, but I think the beauty is to get to know yourself as part of that process. We always thinking of the perfect picture, and there's no such thing in photography or in life. There's always up and downs. We lose people. I lost my mom last year. So there's always things that are going to happen, and happiness is only certain moments here and there. And I think the secret of happiness and also the professional development is to be flexible and to adapt. More of what Bruce Lee said in regards of water flowing and just not crashing into a rock but going around. So probably that's what my career has taught me, to be flexible, to adapt and learn. And the other thing that I have concluded is that those drastic changes that we all experience in life, if they're channeled properly, they drive creativity. So my career is a proof, so hopefully I will inspire other people to pursue their dreams.
Kike Calvo is also the founder of the Little Explorer Big World Initiative, which brings education to remote communities. For more about his adventures and his work, you can log on to kikecalvo.photoshelter.com. And if you are interested in joining in on one of the Florida Aquarium's next evening Tide Talks, just go to their website, floridaaquarium.org, and click on the Events tab.
The great thing about our lecture series is that it's free to the public. We just need people to RSVP because there is a space limit and capacity, but this is part of our commitment to the community for lifelong learning. One of the things that we love about our lecture series, our Evening Tide Talk series, and some of the other programs we do is there really is no substitute for face-to-face interaction with people. One of the great things about this particular program is there's energy in the room. Everybody gets to hear the questions from the audience. There's a real engagement that happens between the speaker and the audience. And so while we certainly love to do virtual programming and things like that, and it's opened the world, we know that, having an opportunity for people to come and engage in real time, it's a very community experience, and I think people enjoy listening to each other as much sometimes as the speaker, because the questions and the conversation are always really interesting.
Next on Animal Outtakes, stick around for a sweet send-off. After the break, we follow up with the Sea Turtle Rehabilitation Team as they say goodbye to Buckley.